Well, hello there, you lovely people. Welcome back to another Wednesday episode of Draw with Mikey. I hope you're all having a lovely week so far. Nothing massively to report other than in the last Draw with Mikey episode, I did ask you, delicious people at home, what kind of music do you listen to when you're doing your own artwork? And I've actually come across loads of really awesome suggestions. So I'm going to have to start checking out all of your comments. Well, obviously I'm going to read through them now anyway. It's kind of what we do in the episode. But I'm going to have to actually properly go and check them out once I've got all this uploaded and out of the way to see what's going on in the world of popular music these days. Now, for those of you new or have just turned up on this video, hello there. This is our super casual drawing series. There's no masterpieces or anything like that. It's just an opportunity to talk about whatever. I'll respond to your comments and draw whatever. And you guys can obviously crack on with your own artwork in the background. If that's the kind of thing you're up to, I'd love to know what you're drawing as ever. And obviously, you can get all involved with my Facebook page. Link in the description below if you ever want to show me your artwork and stuff. And if it's really good, I might even display it to the world, because I'm that kind of guy. Okay, so what am I doing and or why? We had an SAS, finally. Thanks for waiting, everybody, patiently. Went up, and it was Erza Scarlet from Fairy Tale. So I had quite a few goes on that. It's actually a real pain in the ass to do. So I just thought I'd play around with some other Erza Scarlet sort of poses and stuff like that. Now, if any of you support me on Patreon, like on higher tiers, you'll know that from time to time, because I don't do it all the time, I'm really, really bad. I do make like longer Sexy Anime Saturday videos, which include all of the failed attempts before the final version you see, as well as it's just me talking over it with a bit more commentary. It's not super long, but it is certainly longer and a bit more detailed than the kind of final polished product. So some of you guys seem to like that, which is great. So you can always get involved there. But yeah, I did have a few Erza Scarlet goes as such, and to mixed avail. So I just thought I'd play around. And I always need to get some practice in with poses and figures. I'm just going to... Oh, that's incredibly not in focus. Let's actually force for focus on the phone. I'm just moving the thing that holds it up really quickly. Okay, I think I've put focus lock on. Hopefully that's done the trick. Welcome! You don't need an eye test. It was my fault all along. And yeah, so what were you guys talking about in terms of the music you listen to? In the last episode, Orange Girl says, I listen to rock music and screamo because I draw violent comics and illustrations. Okay, so this is going to sound really, really like an old man question. But what exactly is screamo? Like, I know what screaming is, and I know what emo stuff pretty much is. Is screamo just like, is it like if Green Day was a bit more morose, but then went a little bit thrash rock in the middle? Would that be screamo? I have no idea what you hip children are up to these days. It's not my generation. But really cool. Okay, so what you've actually kind of mentioned there, though, Orange Girl, is a really important point, in that it sounds like, because you're doing violent artwork or violent illustrations, you're listening to violent music to help back it up. And that is, in fact, an incredibly, essentially clever technique to do. So yeah, absolutely spot on. If you're doing like a war scene, really dramatic music. If you're doing like some violent, gory imagery, maybe like really harsh, violent sort of stuff, or stuff in a minor key full of sad tones. But music has a massive effect on your art direction. Whether you think it does or not, it definitely does. Whether you sort of do it purposefully or not, it's some really, really big news. Just trying to put some eyes on this character and think Erza Scarlet haircut kind of tucks in around, then kind of comes down, and then kind of comes down the other side, something like this. I'm just playing around. I wanted like a standard sword up holding pose. Turns out this is an incredibly short sword for an Erza Scarlet character. I'll give it some rondels. And yeah, when I was looking at the character design, I mean, you guys might be way more familiar with Fairy Tale than I am. I have read some of the Fairy Tale manga, some of the earlier chapters. But obviously she summons or has loads of different armors somehow. I think she summons the armor. And they come with different swords as well, like different full-on armor combinations. And it's all very, very cool. And some of it is useful against certain types of creatures. Some of it is ultimate defense. Some of it is ultimate sacrifice attack combos and stuff. It's groovy things. But it kind of means really that you can just play around with loads of versions of Erza and be drawing an almost completely new character with a different drive, motivation, and combat skills techniques every single time. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Well done, Fairy Tale for coming up with that. And then what have we got? Some wings around here, I vaguely remember. Something like that. Yeah, something. Just trying to work out how the Greaves go. Something like a phenomenon. Dun, 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 dun. I think one of you guys said as well in the comments, we might come to it, is that the last images are fine, but like they're a little bit too, I'm drawing a set piece at the moment, and it kind of comes away from what I want here. I want to just be able to scribble anything, even if it looks like a pile of shit, without worrying about it, because you guys just have to understand that's the whole point of the series. Arkima Ryu says American or Japanese rock and roll and J-pop or K-pop sometimes. Okay, so J-pop and K-pop, I know what that is. I'm a little bit out of touch, solidly. Now, L'Arc-en-Ciel, I remember them. I remember Oral Vampire. But I don't know what's happening these days with good J and or K popping. But again, it kind of gets you in a mindset. If you're drawing anime and stuff and you hear all this, like, I mean, I guess weirdo is the term sometimes, isn't it? But if you hear all this sort of stuff in the background, it really puts your, like, mind into gear of, like, yeah, I'm doing anime stuff. Because in the background, it's like, na 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 na, aishiteru nanika omochi, something, you know, all that sort of stuff. All that really jazzy stuff. Good stuff. And I hear loads of people do tend to follow and fall in love with guys from K-pop bands these days. And K-pop is just as popular in Japan as it is in Korea. So interesting stuff there. I'll have to give it a listen. I mean, I say that, I definitely won't. What I'll probably do is listen to some other things. But I am going to research your music tastes. Or other anime openings. That's a good point, actually. There's loads of good stuff out there. What was the one I used to remember? I think it's from Naruto, like when it first started coming out, and it's like everyone's looking into the sunshine. It's like da 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 na 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 doom do 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 do. Let's go da na da da na da. I wanna rocks. I'm gonna sing the whole thing. Brunetti rocks. Da 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 da. I'm actually remembering this. I haven't thought about this for fucking years. I'm remembering it as I sing it. I really do apologise, but, you know, put up with it. And it's like, da-na-na-na-na-na-na, da-da-mo-na-na-na, wari-wa-shin-ne, all the way, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Anyway, fucking hell. So basically, yeah, here's a challenge for you. Try to imagine one of the first animes you ever watched, no matter how long ago it was. And right now, try to sing the theme song to yourself. Can you remember it? That's a real challenge. I'm not saying that was the first anime I ever watched. One of the first ones that I really got into when I was a kid, that I actually, instead of, say, like TV, happened to show like a really old episode of Fist of the North Star, and I was too young to appreciate or understand it. One of the earliest things of anime, in terms of me actually liking what I saw, or taking any appreciation from it, was probably the original Hunter x Hunter series before the really cool remake. And it's like da na na da 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 do 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 na 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 do 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 do. What's fucking happening to me? Fucking hell, I'm having a breakdown. Yeah, but I fucking love that as well. Oh, I'm just a Hunter x Hunter fanboy, what can I say? But yeah, that was really good. It was really light and pastel-y and full of like bright colours. So yeah, I really did like that. And Musaki Gangan says, me too, I sometimes listen to Yo Dubstep. Yo Dubstep. Not just dubstep, but street step. Yo. Gangan staying here as well, says the Overseek. Good conversationing. Cephaloblanc says, I listen to Korn, Static X, Rob Zombie, 9 Inch Nail remixes and things of that nature. Okay, so classical chill out. That's totes cool. Lil G Wearis says, the thing is, it doesn't even look like an animal-faced man. It's from the cat family at all. So this is in reference to the drawing, whatever is in the last episode. So you're saying basically it didn't look like a cat-faced man when I was drawing Panther Man. It looked more like a Doberman. And I will completely agree with you. It did indeed like end up having a longer face and looking more like a dog. So yeah, I did fail. You failed, Mikey. Oh, you literally said that. You're right. I will kill myself after this episode. I will commit ritual suicide to wash away the dishonour in my family. But I might get better as well and continue to upload videos. So, you know, I definitely will have killed myself after this video. Suicide's another joke. Disclaimer. But I also might get better, mysteriously, and continue to do gaming and drawing tutorials. So, yeah, I did. it was a horrible failure. It's a good thing I do try to say every episode that some of these drawings will always look like shit. Because nothing's forever perfect. And the whole point is that, you know, just draw what you want. Get some ideas out your head. If you're doing your own artwork right now, brilliant. Get that thought out your mind. Out of my mind! And down onto some paper. So I was just thinking of an Erza Scarlet in this instance. And then maybe she's trying to get the hair right. I need to actually maybe look at an Erza Scarlet picture for reference. Oh, yeah, she's all like this. She's all like, and then angry down eye, and then she's all like, I'm looking at some Google pictures, and then she's all like angry up eye, and then even worse, her brows are like, and then it's like, wow. And you know she's doing some serious like sword art shit in that moment, which involves fucking people up. So then she'll be done like that, nose like that. Mouth's tight in. Ooh, bloody hell, a little trick shot there with a pen. And then for faces coming down like this, if it's all like a quick motion shot, but really like the rest of her hair comes down like this, I guess, and spikes off. And then always has this cut across that goes across her view line and tends to cover up round there. But always, weirdly enough, then tucks back in so that there's this block of hair that kind of comes down the other bit. Doesn't really make much sense. Must be pinned in place. Something like that. Don't even know why I'm doing such a big Erza. Anyway, so let's just go back down here. I was thinking maybe she's just sitting down, holding onto the sword, just doing her thing, maybe just living her life on a more day-to-day basis. And then all these bits of hair come in like so, up and around. Then back down, and this can come right down off there. Doop 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 doop. Excellent. Smashing stuff. You know what? Sometimes I genuinely don't understand how you people manage to watch this Draw of Mikey series, especially when I just start mumbling to myself. So, Samurai Jintas. Well, you're right. So I guess it's a Doberman man. Oh, clever. Well done. And Little G Wes just agrees. So. Oh, it's our good friend Mamalanagan Fran Helvetet. Good on you. Do you like the group Gorillaz? Oh my god. Wow, they're old. They stopped making music a long time ago, surely. I remember Gorillaz, yeah. They had some great hits in the very late 90s, early 2000s. And then I think, because it's obviously the guys from Blur, and then I think they all went off and ended up doing their own thing as far as I remember. I don't think they're, you know, making any music anymore as such. But yeah, the Gorillaz are always a good bit of listening. Back in the day, Mighty Pie says, do you have a chance to turn one anime girl? so as you know, in this series, we'll talk about anything. Like, it's totally cool. So Mighty Pie basically says, if I could turn one anime girl into real so I could fuck her, who would I choose? And then Little G Wearers follows up with, what the fuck, dude? And quite rightly, what the fuck, man? I would just go for a real person, thank you very much, and, you know, stick with that. Because anime is fun to draw, but if you're going to try to put your penis in something, try to make sure it's a consenting real adult. That's my... Yeah, if you need to learn one lesson from this particular episode, consenting real adults. Those are the things that you want to have sex with, not anime and made-up stuff. Gardy Diaz says, Panther men look like they can dance. Yes, okay, so the Panther guy also, we decided he was a bit of a club, scary, rapey type of character. I don't even know what the hell I was going on about last episode. But Panther men look like they can dance. They look like they can drink Southern Comfort, and according to ladies, they're also good listeners. Yeah, bruv, you got it. You know exactly what I was getting at in the last episode. Roman Miser says, the Naruto opening, all of them. Oh, fuck. Well, maybe you recognise what I was singing at. Maybe you did recognise but realised I'd sung it really awfully, and to which I do apologise. Yeah, Naruto openings used to be so good back in the day. That was back when I was really into it, like real early, like the first or second story arcs up until the tune-in exam, I think. I was genuinely proper into it by then. I hadn't got bored of it at all. And then I did the thing that I think a lot of people do. I caught up with the anime, so then I had to start reading the manga instead. And then I got so far ahead in the manga, but I never went back to the anime. And the anime had loads of filler episodes that just disgust me. I hate... Oh, pet hate everybody. Filler episodes in anime. because no matter what they do in a filler episode story arc, nothing progressive happens to any of the characters because they have to be all reset to the exact same position with the exact same powers and the exact same abilities and knowledge that they were at the beginning of the arc, because it needs to just cut right back in where the manga is. God, I hate filler episodes so much. And it's just the animation's a little bit off, and they bring these random like characters, and their character design's a little bit off as well. It just doesn't feel in keeping. Yeah, can't be dealing with that. Anyway, so yeah, loads of Naruto stuff, all good. I go on Pinterest, 6 to 8 hours, no timeouts. I last fucking long when drawing. Whoa, Roman Miser does some really long, half-day long drawing sessions. Wow, good on you. I fit it in where I can, but that is really hardcore. You must be like really loose and full of your drawing flow by then. That is impressive stuff, sir. Impressive stuff indeed. Let's just get another Ezra face. I need to do an Ezra face that looks like Ezra. I'm just drawing in shapes and or people. Let's get a pointy props anime style chin bit in, and then we'll get a little bit paired, and then we'll go down here and we'll put some eyes around about this zone, Mahone. And let's make it darker, deeper and angrier, and the brows go on like such. Little nose line like that. She's always got these big deep. I've been looking at, when I was doing the Sexy Anime Saturday image, I was trying to work out what colour Erza Scarlet's, I keep calling it Erza apparently, Erza Scarlet's eyes are, and sometimes they're brown, sometimes they're red, sometimes they're a little bit purpley as well. So I kind of like really went non-committal with the eye colour in the drawing I did, and just kind of vaguely got it around about what I think it was supposed to be. As long as it vaguely looked like character, then my work is done. Okay, so let's have all the hair coming off like that. Just leave the hair curves down and in. As we were saying earlier, comes into these long bangs which she always has coming off the front. Then on this side, comes around. Maybe there's a little bit that goes in over the cheek. It's always a good look. Always a little flick of hair that goes over a cheek. A lot of female anime hairstyles. Like so. And then just go up around the back here. Yeah, something like that. Obviously, there's all sorts of armor, gubbin. She's always in some fighting pose. I wonder, I need to maybe research some of her other armor styles. And if there's another good one out there, so do let me go. Do let me know. If there's another like really good armor style that she's got that's just as famous, because I tried to do, I think it's called the Heart Cruise armor, her original armor, for the picture. But if there's other ones, let me know all about them. I would love to hear about said things. Like the bar that goes across there. Fairy tale logo somewhere like that. Like so. Anyway. So yeah, what else are you guys saying? The Dark Ace. I listen to the weirdest variety of music while working. 1 second it's metal like Dark Moor and Luca Turilli. I've never heard of any of these things. I'm going to look all of this up. I'm going to have a... Wow. I'm going to have a long trip into the weekend if I start listening to all this. Oh, and then something completely different, like Real Big Fish. Yeah, I know them. Nat King Cole. Oh, wow. Old schooling with the soul, and Chopin as well. Good. Chopin for them elegant strokes, says Luigi Juarez. Yes, indeed. You can, who else do I really like? Have you guys ever heard of Yoko Kanno? She does, like, loads of anime soundtrack music. You probably have without even knowing it. She's got an incredible range of skills. She does it all. Really impressive stuff. And I quite like listening to Philip Glass if I'm doing some real chill-out arty sketches as well. His albums are fucking amazing. He does a lot of soundtracks to some older films, I guess. Not proper old, but like 90s stuff. I don't know if he is involved with soundtracks in the music industry as he was. He did like Koyanis Kwatsi and Power Kwatsi, which are very arty things to watch, but they are incredibly powerful films in their own right. Mikey recommends. Let's get this. Let's turn this into a little dash hair as well that comes in. Dashy Games, recommended by you guys in another episode. And then, am I running out of ink on this? I can't be. And then up around here. I was promised this pen would last forever. It's an everlasting pen. British Mangaka says, here's a fun drawing challenge, Mikey. Try merging 2 real animals into one creature, like a kangaroo and a walrus. Oh, God. Am I going to put a kangaroo and a walrus in this Erza Scarlet's picture? I guess I am. Not that I'm immediately going to do everybody's suggestions, but let's have a little thought. How do these things look? This is okay. So we're going to go like that, and then we're going to go like this: a kangaroo and a walrus, kangaroo and a walrus, and then we'll have eyes like that, and the eyes are going to be full of pain, in fact. And then like a kangaroo ear. This is fucking weird. You know what? Me and my mates, we used to do this when we were at school. My friends would name 3 different animals, and I would draw a combination of them, and it would always look disgusting. And then we'd stop playing the game because I think it gave us nightmares. Kangaroorus. Kangaroorus. What are walruses? Walruses are basically nature's version of a sausage, aren't they? They're just great big tubes of meat. Lovely, like so. Get him in the walrus pit. Do any of you guys watch follow Sexual Lobster's channel? If you're not familiar with that, it's fucking amazing. It is weird and creepy, but like he does some amazing animation. Sexual Lobster, check that out. That's my recommendation for this episode. And then they've got flippers. And there's this recurring theme about people getting into a pit of greased up walruses. Ah, walrus pit time. Lovely hot bit of grease. It's so weird. Okay, and then there's going to be like a stomach, and then pouch maybe, and then another flipper can kind of come off here. You know what? I feel like I'm designing a Pokemon. That's basically what Pokemon are. It's always like an animal plus something weird, like, you know, a shopping trolley, and then they call him Trolligmo, and it's, you know, Pokemon Magenta 5 because they've run out of colours and ideas. Okay, so that's just going to be it, everybody. I don't know how walrus rear ends go. Let's give him fins. Okay, so he's going to be... This is a kangaroo walrus that I've tried to draw. And then they've got loads of, like, dog stuff here. Loads of whiskers that kind of stick out. And then he's saying to himself, "Kill me! Kill me! We have strayed too far from God! Kill me!" Ah, lovely. Everyone loves a kangaroo walrus. I can't tell. A kangaroo walrus is hairy? Or are they kind of oily, matted fur for the sea? They live on land or do they live near the rocks? I don't know. And then in their pouches, that's where they keep hope. And then just be a bit lighter around the tummy area. A bit darker underneath. Oh my god, what have I created? Let's have a bit of light come off that fin. What disgusting designs. You people are sick. You people sitting there at home, doing your own artwork, listening to this episode, you're disgusting. Look at what you've made me do. Let's just have a little disgusting bit of pouch there. And then just light around the tusky bits. And then there's going to be a little tear here, because it knows it's an abomination. Little teardrop. Why? Why? I live in agony. Yeah, okay. Let's never play that game again. That is disgusting. Let's go back to drawing. God, if I ever show this sketchbook page to somebody one day, they're just going to be like, "Could you explain what the fuck this is?" And I'll just be like, "No, I don't fucking answer to you. It's a kangaroorus, okay? Live your dreams. Don't ever let anybody tell you can't be what you want to be in life. Even if it's a kangaroo walrus type thing. Although, if people don't recommend it, you might want to reconsider it. Like, I certainly don't recommend that you be a kangaroorus. They live in misery. They're confused about their relationship with the sea. They don't know if they're allowed to get in it. They have a pouch that gets full of salty seawater. That makes them miserable. And can they be found in Australia? No, actually they're found wherever there's penguins. And I'm not saying like the Arctic or anything like that. I'm saying literally wherever there's penguins, that's where they exist because they're completely metaphysical beings. And as long as there's at least 50 penguins that get together, then a kangaroo walrus might appear. But you need to be at least level 60, and you need to have done all the side quests in Final Fantasy VIII, and then it appears. And you've got 10 minutes to defeat it and use it as a summon, where it turns up in front of the enemies and explains how miserable its life is, until the enemies become so overcome with powerful dark sadness they kill themselves. Brilliant. What the hell am I talking about? So, okay, back to your comments. I've just looked at the next comment under British manga cards, and the entire name appears to be in Thai script. which is really cool, but I have no fucking idea what your name is. I listen to Ozzy Osbourne, says mysterious person. Black Sabbath, Judas Priest when I'm draw. Wow, a lot of you guys listen to some really dark stuff, so I would love to see your artwork, because some of it must be like really emotive and kind of really pitch, or maybe it's all goddamn, awful. It's just skeletons and blood and murder. But I'm certainly curious, that's for sure. Okay, let's think more Ezra. More Ezra, and how does Ezra pose? How about less Ezra? So still Ezra, but maybe she could be a bit more nudie. Not obviously nudie, let's keep it family safe, but maybe less dressed in armour, maybe a bit more dressed down. So let's have a character standing off something like this, and then up and around like so. Lovely. And she's going to be tastefully hidden behind the end of the Kangal Walrus. That's totally fine. And how would her pose be? She'll have one arm, I should say, covering herself. As all women should. Cover your shame. Like this. And then collarbone, chestiness like such. And going just over the ridge. But equally, another arm that's coming in. So down on the other side. And then maybe up and out. And this arm would still be holding the sword. Up the back or reverse? Let's go reverse. Like so. Okay, how are we doing for time, by the way? I don't want to run over. Oh no, we're doing okay for once. I will, of course, read some more of your delicious comments. Rage Gamer says, can you do a gender swap drawing of yourself? Oh my god. More and more of you keep asking for this. I was hoping like it was just a couple of you and then that would all die down. But yeah, the requests keep coming. I don't really want to. I don't know why. Like, it feels like it's just going to be so creepy. I mean, it will happen one day, I'm sure, because I do like drawing, and one day, yes, I will do a gender swap Mikey Mega Mega. But I'm much more interested in seeing how... No, I'm not interested in seeing how you would gender swap me. I was going to open it to the floor as a panel there, but no, nobody do that. That is gross. But yeah, I'll draw a version of me with boobs one day. Sure, why the juice not? We can draw whatever you like. Buddy-san Senpei-chan. That's weird. It depends on how I feel and what I'm drawing. And that's really cool, because that appears to be, again, the theme for everybody. It really depends on what your drawing style is and the image that you guys are trying to create. That affects what music you all tend to listen to when you're doing your artwork. Well done, everybody. You've passed the test. I'm very impressed. Very impressed with all of you. Boob goes up there, and then, so this is going to be a sword hilt. Like so. And we'll just do a little bit of pattern on there. Nice. Then we'll have the cross guard. It's kind of going to be like that, because it's that kind of wing pattern stitch. Then the sword itself. Is the sword called Heart Cruise, or is it just the armor? I'm not sure. Go off down like so. Let's have said sword going in front of our, aberration against God's will. There we go. Sword's getting a bit wide. Who cares? It's just a sketch. Just a sketch, bro. Just a sketch. Can't send me to prison. Let's put that there. Let's put that up there. And then more importantly, what we're going to do with old EZR. So, again, this comes across. This is how she does it. And then down like so. And so, yeah, again, the bangs will be front, maybe. The rest of the hair for this image can go behind. So we'll have the neckline come in. Everything else all behind. Lovely. Maybe it will just kind of come out, come in a little bit, something like that. Excelente. Nice. So it's all about just playing around with figures with swords at the moment, although I'm still trying to get Ezra's feeling as a character design under my skin. Daroi-kun. Daroi-kun, yeah, that's new. When I feel like quitting art, you always bring me back up and re-motivate me. Oh, awesome. Good news. You have my deepest thanks. Cheers, bro. I'm really pleased that helps you out. Of course, everybody goes for a point where they don't want to draw anymore. They get a bit sick of it. And you can always walk away from it and do something else. Go see your mates. Go play some football or something, and then come back to it when you're feeling more in a mood. Don't force it, otherwise you won't enjoy it. That's what I say. Although that's also my advice for when you go for a poo. Don't force it or you won't enjoy it. Lauren Adendono. Sleeping with Sirens. Oh, good band. And maybe Yaoi, but I don't think that's music. Oh, wait, is Yaoi? That's gay anime, isn't it? Oh, okay. Background sound effects, at least. You are the maker of my days, good sir. Okay, looks like you loved Yaoi comment, old Abby Kirk. Ari Star says, first time a YouTuber has responded to my comment in a video. Oh my god, and you're going to find it's going to happen a lot more. The whole point of this series is it's my opportunity to, especially if I get a bit busy and I can't just read every comment in life, it's my opportunity to read through yours and respond to them in kind. Thus, we manage to not quite talk properly, nor draw properly either. It's the worst of both worlds sometimes if you're not careful. So, let's have a little bit more of a think. What I'm doing is I'm just flicking through various Google images and Pinterest things, looking at characters and people with swords. Here's one. Here's one that's a little bit interesting. How are we going to do this? It's a side-on sit-down. Let's look at another comment quickly. Alex Garcia says, also, if you don't play Minecraft, Sky has a second channel called Sky vs Gaming, but he plays other games. So yeah, this is a suggestion from you guys. Sky does Minecraft, which I don't really watch because I don't do Minecraft. But if he plays other games, then yeah, maybe I'll still check it out. Not to worry. So let's imagine that Ezra's had a tough day murdering people. She's done, does she actually kill characters in Fairy Tail? Or do they all just get defeated? I can't quite tell if it's, I think it's an anime where they're just beaten and defeated, but there's no actual genuine murdering of characters in it. And I guess that's fine. But let's say she's had a tough day defeating her rivals and her enemies. So she's a bit like this, and then she's going to just be sitting down, just like proper knackered, proper tired in the situation. Like this. Arm up. And then the other hand's going to be over. And then her legs are going to obviously just be up here, but meet where the elbow comes in. Here's our knee, and here's our shin, and the other foot comes down. Like so. Okay, so we've got something like that. Something like this. As such. And then we can have the swords that way. Just right down here. So she's just been having a long day of killing for people. There's a sword hilt. There's a sword blade all the way down. And she's just resting it off. Rest, sweet darling. It's enough murder. It's enough transforming your armor into various different armors or summoning other armors. Again, I don't massively understand how her power works. All I know is that she's incredibly tough as a character. She doesn't live on the top floor, but she's one of the toughest of the ground floor characters. Something like that. And maybe she's got her armors and her greaves and her fullers. And, oh yeah, her skirt. So let's say the skirt's managed to go all the way up over the knee in this one to keep it safe. And then, excellent. Like I was saying, just a tough day for the girl as everything goes down there. So, what else is going on? John Michael Ordonez. I've been drawing every day since March. Is it okay to take breaks? No, it's not. If you want to take a break, you must kill yourself. Draw forever or not at all? No, of course it's fine. Like I was just saying, man, take a break. That's totes cool. Get on with your life. Joshua Punyama, what's your favourite thing about drawing? Oh, God. That's an incredibly good question, Joshua. I'm going to have to give you a very quick answer. Two things. One, I like drawing because personally for me, it chills me out. It focuses my brain on a particular project. So even if I have a long day, you can kind of get lost in your artwork. So I really like it for that. I think it's got a very good therapeutic element to it. And the other thing I love about drawing is that it's a way that you can express anything. It's incredible. Like, you can have any thought in your mind, and the chances are, unless you're thinking about like something totally metaphysics, like a non-existent dimension of nothingness, but then if you can think up something, you can probably draw a representation of it. So drawing's just an amazing medium, as well as expressing yourself or calming your mind. You can just come up with ideas, man, and just put them down. Drawing's awesome, man. Drawing's so cool. Great question. Everybody at home who's still watching, by the way, what is your favourite thing about drawing? That's got to be the question for this series. That's a great question. Luke, can you do a tutorial on drawing birds, cows, crows and eagles and hawks? Yeah, we'll put that in a later thing much further down the line. Sir Trenton Stark says, I listen to future bass and punk rock. Nice. Mikey Riot Boy 786 Swerve. Oh, nice name. Can you show us how to draw armor on anime characters? Oh, I haven't really been focusing on armor for Ezra, but in general, yes. I've had that suggestion before, and we do certainly need to get down to and or around to it. So again, a good suggestion. Just scrolling through more images of girls with swords. Oh my goodness. Some of these girls with swords are doing very well with what they're up to. I'm not going to describe what I'm looking at. Jano Bobrun. Sorry if I'm ruining your name. Mikey, I have a suggestion. What about drawing someone from the games you're playing? Like Gender Bent Commander Shepard. So you know you love playing Mass Effect. I do love Mass Effect. Yeah, I could do something like that. Somebody else has also suggested recently that I do Isaac Clarke, I think it is, from the Dead Space series. Although that game does terrify me so far, so I'm not massively sure if I want to be drawing up the characters from there just as of yet. But again, a great suggestion. I should try to mix it all together and be like, you know what I mean? Just get all the artwork and all the video gaming and drawing onto like one plane, so that I'm drawing about what I'm playing and playing about drawing topics, if that's possible. Something like that. Anyway, so this is what I was getting at, like a sit down in a corner somewhere, tired day, Ezra. Something like that. Anyway, it'll all look better once I start time-lapsing and really working in. Superman Prime HD. Hey, Mikey, I was wondering if you've ever seen Spawn the animated series. No, I haven't. If not, I highly recommend it. It's a bit old, but that's the kind of music you listen to. Thought-provoking, existential, ambient stuff. Oh, and Final Fantasy's Advent Children of Promised Land. Oh, interesting. I'll have to give that a listen. Joshua Wright says, for some reason, I want you to have way more subscribers. Oh, fist to chest bump there, mate. Oh, cheers, bruv. I would like more subscribers too. Not desperately. I mean, this is a lovely figure of people to have. Just like a large crowd, but I also still, it's not so large that I lose touch of everything. Like I still get to kind of talk to everybody. But yeah, thank you very much for the support. The Overseek says, I listen to any type of music that the Gorillaz have made. Wow, you guys do love the Gorillaz. Emmy Chen says, I hear the music which has to fit the topic of my drawings, and that's why I have many strange songs on my phone. Yeah, you and me both. I've got a weird eclectic mix as well. So yeah, again, it's all about what your mood is and what you're drawing. Della Rosa Art says, I want to see more drawing videos like where you drew Mikasa Ackerman in different poses, but with different characters. Yes, that's kind of what we're slowly getting at the moment. So that is also a good thing in terms of keeping it loose and sketchy. Don't stress out about stuff. Have a little sketcheroo, see what you feel like doing, and then move your life on from there. So what if we have a little cheeky little Ezra stand-up pose. Again, maybe she's just been battling everybody already. So the sword will be down, looking off into the sky or something. Just doing her thing. I'll fit something on that frame. And what else can we have? I wanna imagine here like a, what's those kind of poses where you're going to be just about swinging? So it would be face like this, down maybe, but then the shoulders already into play, and then the arm already cuts across like this, and then it goes back and foreshortens off into a hand, and then yet the other hand there somehow, that's like an elbow up situation, and then the sword's almost like a swinging batter, but with a sword blade of some sorts. So let's get the weight a bit more central. Moving in something like that. I like to see the swing. That's always good. I like a bit of motion. These are all quite static at the moment because I haven't really loosened up. It's been a while since I've put my pen to the sketch pad. And it's good to like just get all this out of the way. Force characters. Look how stiff and horrible this is. Force shapes, force characters. Keep loosening up. Keep marking the page. And it becomes easier and easier over time. So you guys who say you're drawing for 6 to 8 hours a day, I don't blame you. Like, it really frees you up to do so. When you stop and start, it can be a bit of a pain. Although, you know, it gets easier as time goes on. Lenomat SP says some Nightcore. Yeah, I've listened to some Nightcore before. Also, any anime opening or ending I may like. Wow, you guys love listening to your anime openings and endings. I had no idea. I've learned something today. DBKAMV, 10 in Do It. I don't understand what you're saying, unless that's actually a band, in which case great. Dark Zora says, it differs on what I'm drawing. Anime openings, visual K, American metal, heavier genres of it. Yep, similar vibe for everybody else. Mikey, can you do a tutorial on how to draw seated? Cheers, Natsu. Another suggestion. Zero Coral loves the trance. I do love the clubbing as well, but it's probably more hard house, I guess, that I would probably go to. Mimi Moore says, I had a history teacher who would give extra credit at the end of tests if we drew historic figures as a duck, like Cleo Duck for Cleopatra. Oh my god, that's going to be something for the future. Hatsune Miku from Vocaloids says, Alex Garcia, I think that's just a suggestion for an SAS. Oodsway, laugh so hard at your Hitler talk. Destroying a superb, cheers. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I can't quite remember what I was talking about. Somebody asked me, it might have even been you, Oodsway. Somebody asked me about a story they were doing. I can't quite remember what it was, but we started talking about Hitler. Like every other YouTube comment section, eventually Hitler got involved. William White says, greeting, Mr. Mega Mega. Greetings, sir. Thank you very much for taking a look at the fan art I sent to you. It's absolutely fine. I love seeing what you guys are doing. Google Hangout sessions with other artists and fans. Yeah, I guess I like the idea of that, but again, I'd have to look into it. I don't know much about the technology, and my internet connection is so awful, which is pretty much the only reason I don't do streaming. I would stream this live if I could. I'd do it on Twitch or something, but my internet connection doesn't really allow for that. It's so bad. I will probably have to give that a shot one day, though. We'll do a live DWM. We'll give it a go one day in the future. Alex Garcia guesses my ethnicity at Mexican English. That's a good guess. It's not correct. I am part English, but I'm a tiny bit one other country than English. I'm a tiny bit, I'm counting in my head, 2 other countries than English. Okay, so basically I'm 1/4 English. I'll give you another clue. I'm 1/4 a country that's quite close and or similar to England. And then I'm 1/4 a country that's very far away. And I'm also 1/4 a country in South America. But not Mexico. Good attempt, though. Good attempt. Corolla Artist asks, what is SAS? SAS is a polite way of saying Sexy Anime Saturday. It's also the Special Air Service, a form of the British Army. Well, British military, I should say. If I called them the Army, they'd actually come around and break my legs. Freak has given me a link to Overwatch. Oh, yeah, because I was asking as well about this. I had no idea what Overwatch was and or is. Oh, hello. There's a very jumpy lady with some handguns and some yellow-orange leggings. Is that the Tracer character you guys are talking about? Damn, pretty good. She's in good shape. Okay, Shadanjit Singh says, pop songs of Japanese nature, rock songs, Punjabi Bhangra songs, and some WWE wrestlers themes like Bella Twins. You can look but you can't touch. And anime openings and endings. That is quite an eclectic mix, Shadanjit. I'm very impressed. Aizuela Ivari. Can you draw a tea-themed character? Something about Sexy Anime Tea, the SAT series. Or non-organic objects and turn them into characters. That's a really weird mix. I drew characters based off One Piece or One Pie. I'm not sure if that's a spelling mistake or if you're talking about how you mix them up. Even though it's living, drew an acorn people and cactus people because I was bored. Good idea. That's a great idea to do. Inanimate objects into people, animals into people, things into people, or people into things, or just other stuff. Whatever you want, basically. Don't let me tell you how to live your life. LSD, lining, sketching details. LSD, that's not what LSD is. You know that. Colby Senior, I basically listen to classical, soundtrack, or anything that fits with what I'm drawing. Yeah, you guys know exactly what you're up to. Oh, you like 17th century nautical themed drawings. Ah, nods to the profile pic of an good old pirate galleon. I believe it's a pirate galleon. I can see a galleon and maybe a black flag, so I'm saying pirate. Excellent. I don't know many people who like their nautical galleons. Used to see those paintings everywhere in like your aunts and uncles' houses and stuff like that back in the day. Whatever happened to them? Old wooden ships. What in the hell is diversity? I believe diversity is an old wooden ship. Link Vasquez says, Keto on YouTube is great EDM tracks. Foo Fighters. Oh, bloody love Foo Fighters. Skillet. In case you're saying Skrillex, I agree. Linkin Park, yep. Slipknot. Better than you might think. Oh, Slipknot, but only for your few songs. Bring Me the Horizon, Port Robertson, Electro Jazz, good. Bloody Beetroots, never heard of them. Pillows, Pop Evil, Disturbed. AC/DC! Fucking love AC/DC. God, I used to listen to them when I was a kid. 3 Days Grace, and YouTubers you like are Mr. Suicide Sheep and the Grand White Fox. I'll look them both up. Thanks for the suggestion, sir. 6.5 out of 10 IGN is in some kind of really long discussion with Little G Whereas, which I am not going to read out because it is long, but I'm certainly going to read your comment. So what I'm going to do, because, you know, I don't want the episode to run too long again, they're getting a bit longer all the time, is I'm going to drop into time-lapse. I'm going to fit in as many Erza character poses, sword poses as I can fill this piece of paper up with. That will be my challenge. And obviously make these better. I will also read your very long comments, sir, and answer it in the end. See you in just a short sec, my lovely people. And there we go, everybody. A nice little session of just really getting a load of Erza Scarlet character design out of my system, if anything. There's still plenty more drawings of her and different poses in general, action poses of people with swords, that I'm probably going to work on. But we don't have time for that, obviously, for this Draw with Mikey episode. Otherwise, it's going to run long. So a great big thank you to all you lovely people at home who've watched this episode to the end. You are, of course, the hardcore crew. Hashtag hardcore crew. No, let's not do that. I have no idea why I said that. But otherwise, a great big thank you as ever. Now, what I was talking about in terms of 6.5 out of 10 IGN's message, really what it's going on about is an idea that I might have mentioned then last episode in terms of, could I have something on Patreon? Oh, actually, no, I think one of you guys suggested it, in fact, as an idea. Could I have something on Patreon where you submit your art to me and then I critique it in a video and then it maybe goes up onto YouTube? Like maybe one of the payment tiers where you get to kind of send over your artwork. And yeah, I like the idea of it. It's something I'm going to actually probably think about in future. So we'll see how that goes. But I like the way you sum it up, sir. So patron pays and submits portfolio or sketchbook. I mean, an amount. We talk about payment. We would literally be talking dollars or something like that. It would be really little. Mikey isn't a total cock and doesn't shred them to pieces about how shit they are. Instead offers insight into what they can improve on because Mikey's a chill dude. Yeah, all right. And then audience comments nice things about the person's artwork aren't a bunch of cocks because Mikey's commentators are nice people. Of course you are, you're lovely people. Mikey profits, the community gets a little closer. When you say it like that, it sounds fucking awesome as an idea. So I'm not sure, in the last episode, obviously somebody's probably come up with the idea. My thanks to you. 6.5 out of 10 IGN is obviously crystallizing it into a concept. So yeah, maybe. Let me think about it, guys. So I've got lots planned already, so it'll have to get pushed back a bit. But I do like the idea of being able to engage a bit more directly with you guys and your artwork. Obviously, you send me your art on Facebook. That's really freaking cool, and I post it up. But it's not really a critique where we work on points or things that you might be able to train on to improve your art skills. So food for thought. After I did this time lapse and filled this page, which made me feel very nice, despite this monstrosity, I made myself a lovely cup of tea. So I'm going to go enjoy that, and then I'm going to play some video games. What are you guys going to do? Let me know next week. Goodbye.